Students, in this video we are going to study banking of curved road. Now what is the use of banking? Now in the previous video we studied that when an object travels in a circular path, it is the friction provided to the tires which provide necessary centripetal force. And if the friction provided is less, what happens? Definitely the object will be thrown out of its track, isn't it? But you know, you have studied the disadvantages of friction in lower class. What is the disadvantage? Friction produces wear and tear. So if the tires, if a huge amount of friction is provided, what happens? Definitely the tires will get damaged very fast. So in order to avoid such a situation, the curved roads are banked. Now what is the meaning of banked? This actually, if you look at this diagram, you can see this is the inner portion of the road, curved road, and this is the outer portion. Okay. Now you can see that the outer portion of the road is slightly elevated when compared to the inner portion, isn't it? This is what we call banking, banking of curved road. The system of raising the outer edge, that is this, of the curved road along to the inner edge, above the inner edge, is what we call banking of curved road. And this, what is the advantage is that once the road is banked, along with friction, there is a component of normal reaction which provides centripetal force. So effect will be more. Now this is the diagram which represents the banking of curved road of a car. So this is our curved road, okay. This is our curved road, and compared to the inner edge, the outer edge is slightly elevated. So this is banked road, and a car having weight mg is traveling through the road, and the weight of the car is acting normally downwards. Now since it is elevated or inclined, what happens is that normal reaction, that is R, is making an angle theta with the normal. Okay, the normal reaction is making an angle theta with respect to the normal. Okay, so I am going to resolve the resultant into two, that is the vertical component, that is r cos theta, and the horizontal component r sin theta. So the resultant of r is r cos theta and r sin theta. Now if you look into this diagram, you can see r sin theta is directed towards this side, which means it is directed towards the center of the road. So r sin theta is the component of normal reaction which provides the centripetal force. So the component of normal reaction r sin theta is providing centripetal force along with what? Along with the friction between the road and the tire. Now if you look into the diagram, you can see friction is acting downwards. This is the elaborated section of this figure. So vertical is acting downwards and it is making an angle theta with the normal. So I am going to resolve into two components, horizontal component and vertical component acting downwards, that is f cos theta and f sin theta, like before. So there are two things which is acting towards the center. One is the r sin theta component of the normal reaction, and second one is the f cos theta. It is also directed towards the center. So it is also providing some centripetal force to the tires. Okay. And also if you look into this diagram, you can see weight of the car is acting vertically downwards. Along with the weight, the component of friction f sin theta is also acting downwards, and normal reaction component r is acting upwards, that is the r cos theta component. So we are going to resolve the horizontal and vertical components of force, and we are going to find out what is the velocity with which the vehicle has to travel in order to avoid the accident. Okay. First we are going to take the components, we are going to consider the horizontal components of force. Equating the horizontal components of force, which are the horizontal component? It is r sin theta and f cos theta. And what are they doing? They are directed towards the center, so they are providing centripetal force. So we can write r sin theta plus f cos theta is equal to mv square by r. Why we are writing mv square by r? Because it is providing the necessary centripetal force. Okay. Next, we are going to equate the vertical components of force. Equating the vertical components. Which are the vertical components here? It is r cos theta acting upwards. So, r cos theta is equal to what will we get? What is acting downwards vertically? It is mg and f sin theta. So, we can write it as mg plus f sin theta, or I am going to bring the f sin theta term this side. So, I will get r cos theta minus f sin theta is equal to m into g. This is equation number 2. Next, I am going to divide equation 1 with equation 2. I will get r sin theta plus f cos theta divided by r cos theta minus f sin theta is equal to mv square by r divided by mg. Okay. Next, what I am going to do is I am going to divide the numerator and denominator of the equation with r cos theta. So, what will I get? Dividing numerator and denominator of LHS with r cos theta, I will get r sin theta divided by r cos theta plus f cos theta divided by r cos theta divided by r cos theta divided by r cos theta minus f sin theta divided by r cos theta is equal to m and m got cancelled. So, we will get v square divided by rg. Now, we know sin by cos is tan theta, and also f is equal to mu r, or f by r is equal to mu. So, the above equation can be written as r and r will cancel. Sin by cos is tan theta plus f by r is mu. Cos theta and cos theta will get cancelled, divided by 1 minus mu tan theta, which is equal to v square divided by rg. But what is our aim? Our aim is to find out what is the velocity with which the particle or the car travels in the curved road. So, we get v is equal to root of rg into tan theta plus mu divided by 1 minus mu tan. This much must be the velocity with which the vehicle or the car has to travel in order to avoid any accidents. Now, we are going to say about the special condition in which, imagine the surface or the road is entirely frictionless. It is a completely frictionless surface. For a frictionless surface or frictionless road, there won't be any friction, so mu is equal to 0. So, equation for velocity will be v is equal to root of rg, this will cancel, this is also 0, so we will get mu rg tan theta. This is the maximum velocity with which the vehicle has to travel. There is no friction. Next is the last topic in this chapter, that is bending of cyclists. Now, if boys, especially boys, if you have seen cycle race or bike race, you must have seen when there is a certain turn, what does the biker do? He will lean towards the inner side of the road, isn't it? Now, why is he doing that? It is only because we know bike has or cycles have only 2 tires. So, the friction provided by the tires won't be sufficient to provide the necessary centripetal force. So, there must be some other factor also which helps friction and balances the centripetal force required. For that, what does the cyclist do or the bike racers do? They will bend inward. Okay, this is a track. Cyclist will be bending inward. Now making an angle theta with the vertical. Okay, so what happens is that whatever weight I am feeling, the normal reaction I am feeling is through the handle. So weight of the cycle will be acting downwards, and the normal reaction, since it is tilted and it's bended, will be making an angle theta with the vertical. Okay, now I can resolve into two components, that is the horizontal component r sin theta and the vertical component r cos theta. Now this is the inner region of the road, and the component r sin theta is directed towards the center, which means the component r sin theta is providing the necessary centripetal force for the cycle to remain in its track. So the vertical component, this r cos theta is acting upward, is balancing the weight. So we can write r cos theta is equal to mg, and the horizontal component provides the necessary centripetal force. So we can write r sin theta is equal to mv square divided by r. Now I am going to find out what is the value of velocity. So what must I do? This is equation 1, this is equation 2. So equation 2 by 1 gives r sin theta by r cos theta is equal to mv square divided by r divided by mg. Now sin by cos is tan theta is equal to v square divided by rg, or the velocity with which the vehicle has to travel is root of rg tan theta. And if you want to find out what is the minimum angle required for bending, then right, v square is equal, from this equation v square is equal to rg tan theta, or the minimum angle theta is equal to v square by rg into tan inverse v square divided by r into g. This is the angle with respect to the vertical cycle has to bend in order to provide the necessary centripetal force. By this we come to the end of this chapter. Thank you.